What's up, my folks? Another weekend, another review, another Ready to Love episode. So I'm back. All right. I know I've kind of been missing the action for the past couple weeks. There hasn't been anything going on, anything wrong. It's just that I recorded a few episodes, episode 8, episode 9 review, and it did not go the way I planned. First off, episode 9 review. Recorded it last Sunday morning. Woke up, got the recording done, felt good about it, ended up deleting the video. Accidentally. Don't know how I did it. It was not planned for that to happen. So I just went into pout mode and was like, I'm not re-recording this video. I'm just going to have to just pick it up. Episode 10. I knew it'd been a couple of weeks since I posted a video, but I was kind of scrolling down YouTube and I saw a comment that said, hey, it's been 2 weeks, partner. Where you been at? And I was like, you know what? Let me get off my baby mode. Stop complaining about me losing a video and re-record it. Now, episode 8, which was, the carry elimination, the OG elimination episode. Now, I just didn't post that video straight up because I recorded it in the process of editing the video. I just didn't like the way I look in it. And it was like, hold on, brother. You need to get yourself in check. You looking a little pudgy in these videos. And it's interesting when you post these videos every week and you record them and you look at yourself, it's like, okay, you get a real image of what everybody else sees. So I I recorded the video. I hadn't posted it yet. It will get posted today. But I recorded the video, and in the middle of editing it, it was like, nah, this ain't going out like this. I don't know what it was about the video. Just didn't like the way I looked in it. So I was like, okay, you need to lay off the pokey specials. You need to lay off this Tito's and the Hennessy and the Martell and the Cavassier. Just lay off the yak for a while. You need to hit the gym consistently. It's one of the reasons I'm dressed like this. I just left the gym. Sorry if I look a little greasy or still look a little sweaty. I came over here, got me a light breakfast. I'm drinking water. This is no vodka. This is no pokey special. But the point is, I was like, all right, I didn't like how that video looked, which was ironic because episode 9, which was last Saturday's episode, I go through and watch these episodes and I kind of give them their own little theme as far as a title. I know that OWN has their own title, but, I watch the video for a few minutes, watch the episode, and then kind of figure out, all right, somewhere along the episode, what I think the theme of the episode is. So originally it was, I forgot that Darren is still a gangster. Because episode 8, I think Darren just cut loose his whole gangster vibe on Ashima. But, episode 9, it started off with him, but, it kind of broke down and you saw it in many different ways. Kind of insecurities be a theme of the episode. And it was like ironic because I didn't post episode 8 because I looked at myself and was like, okay, it's some things that just don't look right. So I guess we all got insecurities. So that's the reason why these past couple of weeks I have not posted a video. I'm back. Video is going to be consistent. It's Saturday morning. I am doing a review of episode 9. I'm going to post both episode 8 and episode 9 today. And tomorrow morning, fresh, early, I'm going to start off with the new review, episode 10, because I'm still interested to see what's going to happen next episode with these people, because episode 9, of course, we didn't get any elimination. So, with that being said, let's get into this review.
Oh, man. Got ice water starter. Toast man in the building. In the bed. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, I know I'm hot.
All right, episode 9, it starts off kind of with a bang. It's one of those things that, like I said, Darren kind of dominated the episode early. There was a quick scene with London, who seemed so bothered by Brent. And that kind of caught me off guard. I was like, London, man, I thought you had more confidence, more swag about yourself. I really didn't think another man I have you so bothered when it comes down to Alexis. But obviously this whole Brent Alexis thing, it kind of caught him off guard as they went to the, I guess we'll call it cabin. They went to a cabin somewhere in North Carolina, Atlanta, Georgia, wherever the hell they at. But, he seemed really bothered by that. But anyway, let's start in with good old Darren, or I like to call the DG. Since Kerry was the OG, I'm going to start calling Darren the DG, or the GD, Gangsta Darren, because, he is just cutting loose a whole lot of truths with the Shima, in which I give him credit on. At least he's being transparent. At least he's being open with the Shima. She's just gonna have to deal with, kind of her insecurities, which, started to come out throughout the episode. And she even mentioned that, later on in a kind of personal one-on-one conversation with her and Alexis. But it's one of those things, like I said, I think and I feel that Ashima is starting to feel a little bit of pressure with Darren, for the simple fact that all of a sudden it's other women that Darren is bringing up. I didn't realize this whole dog situation was just going to kind of separate their relationship as much as it did. But it seems like it is. And so Darren is essentially open to talking to other women. He met up with Tundi, I believe, at the end of last episode. He spoke about, him going back and forth. Actually, him and Tundi and Ashima was all in the same scene together. And so, he was open about, what he feel about Tundi, how attractive he thinks she is and all this other things, which was kind of, like I said, it was different. Like I said, he's really speaking, like I said, to Tundi, and it kind of seems like there's a relationship that essentially can be bubbling there. I think Tundi is really more of his type. Actually, after seeing his ex-girlfriend, or let's just say this, Darren has a type. I didn't think he had a type, but he has a type. He actually likes them kind of tall, very bright-skinned. I didn't see that, coming. I mean, especially because I think it was a point in time in a few episodes before Nina got voted off that, him and Nina expressed the fact that her and Darren had been, kind of communicating by text. So, after seeing his ex-girlfriend, seeing Ashima, seeing Tundi, it seems like he has a type. And I think that is starting to bother and kind of play in the mind of Ashima. Because you definitely knew that the dogs were kind of a red flag. But I think when she met and she saw his ex-girlfriend, beyond the fact that they may have a business relationship, I think when she physically saw what she looked like, you could see it started to bother her. So, like I said, I give him a lot of credit for being outspoken, expressing himself, kind of defending his point. When she, I didn't want to say kind of checked him, but, she brought some things to his attention. And Darren was like, hey, I've been 100% with you. There has not been any lies and me hiding anything. I don't lie, or I'm trying not to lie. And he goes into detail about that specific reason when he meets with London and my boy, why am I missing his name? Mario. I can't think of Mario's name. When he met with Mario in London, kind of after the scene, and he explained that, hey, look, I had a father that was kind of a playboy, and, he kind of didn't like how he, went about his business as far as the relationship with his mother. And he was like, because of that, I don't do all this lying. I'm going to be 100% transparent and upfront with the woman, whether I'm dealing with you or dealing with maybe multiple women, because I just don't want to do that. They left a bad impression on him. And I respect that, because so much of what we do is based on our experiences as a child. And I think that's something you see with Ashima. Her previous experiences with men, maybe some things that happened before, she was older, an adult, and, was dating. You can see those things coming out as far as insecurities. And she even admitted, like I said, to Alexis. Alexis kind of called her on the carpet about some things when she was speaking about, Darren and what she felt that Darren wasn't telling her, or if he was trying to play her for a fool. And Alexis just asked her, okay, so what's the problem with what he said to explain himself? And how does that make you feel? And essentially she was like, look, I'm hurt. And she went on to say about other, issues, and that she's going to need a strong man to be able to handle those issues and walk her through that problem, which stuck out to me as someone that's been married before. And whether you're a woman or a man, I'm always big on that. And I've told friends that eventually got married together in serious situations. Look, if you got some issues going on with yourself, you got to get those fixed before you get married. You can't, or even get in a serious long-term relationship, you can't expect your other partner to pull you out of some crap that you had going in before you met them. That's not fair to them. And I know that a lot of times people think that's what a relationship is about. A lot of times I think women expect that out of men, that somehow being a good mate or being a consoling mate or being kind of a total well-rounded, boyfriend or husband is the fact that you're able to kind of deal and counsel me through some of my issues. And it's like, look, I get that to a point, but your issues before you got married, before you started dating, or your issues, and you got to get those fixed. And that just adds more stress to a relationship that's already going to have its own internal stresses. You know, when we get married or we get in a long-term relationship, there's going to be things within that's going to bubble up and it's going to develop. Having extra baggage that you're bringing in, I think, just destroys relationships a lot, you know. And so that's just my 2 cents on it. And I'm interested to hear back, you know, for some of you guys about her saying that she's going to need a strong man to kind of peel those layers back. You know, my opinion is I get it. I understand what you're saying. But the reality is, if you have issues, you got to get those settled before you come in a relationship. You know, and I thought we saw that with a few other castmates that got eventually, you know, eliminated. I think Nina was one of those good examples where it's like you can tell there was baggage there. She was not ready. And you got to get those things essentially eliminated. You know, I spoke quickly about Darren, Mario, and London kind of getting together. I think it was maybe around a pool, maybe it's a fire pit or whatever, and they talk. And I'm finally saying to myself, thank you. Finally talk about what it is that you feel with these women. And they did this a number of times. And it's going to come up later on when Mario pulls London to a side when he is at his wit's end between, you know, Alexis and Divine, which I don't get. I think it's an easy decision, but, you know, obviously there's a lot more of attraction there than what we see. So Reva and Mario, I think Reva's still a waste of space. And that's kind of harsh. I think she's a waste of space on the show. I think she should have been eliminated a while ago. And, you know, kind of to piggyback on what I said about the men finally talking, we now found out that Reva and Tundi have a full-fledged friendship, maybe a relationship, maybe a acquaintanceship, if you listen on who says what. I mean, Tundi said, look, we've been knowing each other for 5 years. We have a friendship. I mean, it may not be deep. It may not be, you know, truest, the best friends of all, but we have a relationship. We was like, man, you just an acquaintance. You just somebody I know. And it's like, okay, here's my question to y'all. Is that foul or is she being truthful? Like, it sounds like to me, and even Tundi expressed it, and I even saw it posted on some of Tundi's Instagram this past week. It's like, nah, partner, you acting foul because of a man. And, you know, a lot of times, you know, we call it bros before hoes. That's a bad term, you know, especially when you're kind of an older, mature man. But the point is this. It's like, look, your friendship matters. And you shouldn't just dissolve a friendship or relationship just because some woman walks in. And it seems like, you know, Reva's doing that with Tundi. It's like her situation with Mario, or lack thereof, is dissolving a relationship. And it isn't the first time. Depending on who you hear or who you believe in, you know, I think it was Tundi said that Reva came in and tried to get with a man that she was actually dating at the time. So it's like, this is real history. And this is why I always go back to the communication part. And I've talked about that continuously as far as the guys. Like, okay, if I was on this show, you know, I would have got the brothers together, you know, without nephew Tommy, at least a few times to try to figure out and talk about what, you know, what you think about these women. Is there a past? Do you know each other? Because, I mean, I don't live in here in Houston, Texas, and this is a very big city. It's still a small world. I mean, you're talking about, what, 6 million people here, and you'd be surprised how you meet somebody, and if you really talk to them, shoot, before you know it, you know, that whole 6 degree of separation thing is real. So that's the reason I'm talking about communicating. And Tundi and Reva knew each other. Mario just found out at the last minute. It's like, hold on. Well, where the hell was I in this picture? That's the point. You don't open up your mouth. As us as men, we don't open up our mouths and communicate. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to tell your business, but you do got to know how to finesse and get information out of people. I don't know. So, you know, Ashima came back in the scene between Tundi and Reva. And I want to say Alexis was there. But I just go back to Ashima. It's like, look, I don't know if you're playing to the camera. I think this may be a part of your personality because it's been 3 different times since it's happened now. You keep on getting in people's business and trying to play mother hen and thinking that you're going to, you know, have everybody playing, you know, or singing Kumbaya. First time it happened with Chica. You put him on the spot. It cost Chica, in my opinion, his spot on the show. He got eliminated. Now, I know a lot of you women are going to say, look, he was mad, too aggressive. with the Shima. And as a man, you shouldn't react like that. And I get it. I think he went over the edge as far as being emotional. But I'm just saying, if you think about it, you go back to the episode, some of that was brought on with the Shima kind of jumping into business. We had that one. Then we had a few episodes later, I think it was a Shima jumping in between Mario and Tunde situation. It's like, okay, that's the second time. Now you got this third time where you running your mouth about, Tunde and Reva and all this other stuff. It's like, look, man, you either need to stop playing to the camera, or if you really are that dramatic, I hope Darren is around the corner looking at that. I hope he picked up. I hope he heard the voices going throughout the cabin. Because it's like, man, you've been a little bit too messy, Ashima. I know you're a comedian. You know what I'm saying? I know you like to be boisterous, but you've been a little bit too. You're a little bit too messy. So I'm just saying, man, don't be one of those women that's attracted to a lot of drama and confrontation. I'm a person, I just personally hate that. I don't want to have that. Like, I hate overly dramatic, overly messy women. Like, get up out of people's business. If they ain't got nothing to do with you, leave that stuff alone. So like I said, that kind of sums up, my opinion with Reva. I don't know what she's bringing to the table outside of drama. And I think Mario need to watch that. I think that was kind of foul, what we heard as far as, she's saying that, hey, you need to watch out for Mario. Don't say watch out for Mario. Say watch out for yourself. You feeling some type of way because you haven't grasped Mario's attention. And the dude has begged you and asked you a number of times on camera. I don't know what happened off camera, but on camera, hey, speak up. Let me know what's going on. I need to get to see more of you. All right, so let's move forward to Alexis. I think Alexis, you know my opinion on her. She is happy stirring this pot that she got going on. Now that she's able to kind of attract Brent, she's able to kind of push that vibe with him. Also get on her London skin, which is something that she said that she was going to do last, I think within episode 8, after she eliminated OG Carrie. And it's like, London, pick up on that, man. Like, you got to figure out, okay, is that a real attraction? Is she really just playing the game? Because I think she's right in the position that she wanted to be in, which is, I'm going to make it to the end. I'm not going to get eliminated. I'm not going to play myself. But I'm going to be able to play somebody. And it's like, please recognize that. And I go back to that because I think about at the end of episode 8, when Divine mentioned that her and Brent was going to go out on a date. And, I think, I'm not going to say I think, I know. Alexis had some little smart remark to say about that. And it was one of those things where it's like, okay, she is so competitive with Divine. And I don't know if it's because Divine has part of London's attention. You could already see that it was the plate was going to be set, that she was going to go after Brent just to get his attention, just to steal his attention away from Divine. And she accomplished that. We now see that Brent is totally feeling Alexis. I mean, to the point that I think, and I give kudos to him, and he's kind of portrayed this and showed this throughout the episodes, that, hey, you know what? He just said, I'm just going to go up to Divine and tell her the truth. It's not that you're not attractive. It's just, I think I'm far more in the pursuit of Alexis. And I think it's personally because, it ain't nothing more that Divine can do for him. Him and Divine went out on that date. You can tell that it was sexual chemistry. Like I said at the end of episode 8, when I was reviewing it, it seemed like every time Divine took a sip or whatever the hell she was drinking, it was just a countdown on her head like, okay, am I going to give him the draws at the dinner table? Is he going to get it at the car? Or how I'm going to play this where I can get him off camera, but let him know you need to come through. So I think, hey, they've already had sex. I think they've already had that physical kind of attraction met, and he just had to tell the truth. Like, look, I'm just going to go ahead and push on, and I'm going to pursue Alexis, which she respected. You can tell she wasn't put off by that. He was honest, and it was just an all around mature decision in scene. Now, with that being said, Alexis was able, in my opinion, to draw 2 men in. And more important than that, she was able to draw 2 men away from Divine, which I think was kind of a checkmate for her. I think she really wanted to do that. I think she really wanted to make sure that the attention was on her so she won't get played. But more importantly, she was able to draw the attention away from Divine. I don't know. If I'm London, I'm just saying, there is something there that I think is a little bit more, is more than superficial with Divine. Go ahead and pursue that. I mean, I just don't understand that attraction or what that attraction is with Alexis. Because it seems as if she's told you multiple times, you're not very serious. I don't feel like you're checking for me. You need to dead these other situations that just give me your attention. And it's like, I don't know if you're picking up on that. And, with Alexis, like I said before, understand that a lot of women want to feel secure. They want to feel wanted. They want to be pursued. But I think in this case, I think her objective is to win this show. Is to be standing at the end on the last episode kissing some man, whether it's London or Brent. I don't think she really cares. But the point is she wants to make sure that she's going to win. And we heard that with Ashima, even when she was talking about Darren early in the episode. One of her big things is that she doesn't want to get played and embarrassed at the end of the show. And I get it, but at a point, I guess it goes back to what we've said all before, and we've seen this in a lot of YouTube discussions and a lot of comments. We really don't think any of these people, or the majority of these people, were here to kind of find a relationship and to find love. Love is a strong word. I think they need to change it from not ready to love to ready to find a relationship. I think that'd be a better title for the show. But I think that was one of the things it's kind of exposed itself. A lot of these women, I'm gonna say a lot of the women specifically, don't want to get burned. They don't want to get kind of embarrassed on the show. And it's like, you had to put that to the side, man. You signed up for this. You want to be on this show. I think some of them really just want to be on reality TV. I think Ashima is low-key pushing a brand. As we found out with Reva, like I said, a couple episodes ago when you met her friends, I think almost every last one of them literally has been on a reality TV show. We know Tunde's been on a reality TV show. So I just wonder how much is it her actually wanting to find somebody or her just want to be on TV. And I think that was the case even with Reva. So I think we see this a number of times in which, people are only really here to kind of build their success. Now, let's talk about these last scenes of this of the episode, which was, I'm not gonna say it's all over the place, but I got a lot of feelings and emotions. Emotions is a strong word. Let me back off that emotion stuff. I got a lot of thoughts about this last scene. So, before the end of the show, you had Mario pull London to a side, which I think London broke down and gave Mario some real, just true partner friend advice, where he said, look here, let's just go down this thing with Divine. Are you attracted to her? Check. Can you talk to her? Check. Do you think she's cutting for you? Check. Do you vibe with her? Check. So why aren't you pursuing Divine? Why don't you let this whole Alexis situation go? And for whatever reason, well, I'm not gonna say for whatever reason, he kind of explained himself like, hey, you know what? Yes, it is something about Divine I like, but it's this mystery or it's this chase with Alexis that I'm just stuck on. And for London, it's like, look, man, make it as the OG Tommy would say, make your next move your best move. Ask yourself, what is it really that's separating those two? I know you said they're different personalities, and there are different personalities. Like, it comes off very clear on camera, the difference between Alexis and difference between Divine. But, I think both of them are physically attractive, or at least physically attractive to him. And the biggest key is you got to make a decision, man. And I think you're still caught up in this web of Alexis. And you're going to end up missing out on Divine. And so, it kind of all comes to a head when all of them get together. And, Alexis had already made it known that, look here, she going to back off of London because London still has these, feelings or still communicating with Divine, which I think in a right he should be able to do. He is on the show. It is two people that he's kind of, deciphering through who he wants to pick. So he should have that freedom or that kind of that lane to make that decision, even though, look, I know Alexis wants the decision now, and I think Divine wants that decision now. But, they get together, and I think Divine just had enough, and I think she's 100% right in how she expressed herself. I'm done with this. Man, either you're going to make a decision or not. I'm not going to sit here and just wait for you and just be this fool. Me and Brent have already talked. He's been upfront with me. He told me what it is. It's time for you to be upfront, London, and just make that decision. Don't go off the show looking weak, especially with the last scene when you was chasing behind Alexis after Brent, pulled her to the side after you were kind of, putting your heart on the line. Don't look, that was weak. Don't go there running after her. She's talking to Brent or Brent's talking to her and you sitting there kind of having a big stick competition with Brent in front of the camera looking weak. Don't do that, man. You had your opportunity. Wait, pull her to the side, let her know what's going on. But don't sit there and start no confrontation with Brent. That came out looking very weak sauce. It looked kind of lame. It looked like you got unraveled by the moment. And like I said, I didn't expect that out of you, London. So it's interesting to see what the next episode is going to look like, for the simple fact that I hope nothing stupid happens between them. Look here, fall back on that extra testosterone type of stuff. I hope it ain't no confrontation. I do hope Brent wakes up and figures out, or at least thinks about the possibility of, is she kind of using me to get London, to push London along? Because she did mention that in episode 8, that she needed to do something to push him along. Just Brent don't get played. Like I said, I think you've handled yourself like a true example of a G. You've been methodical. You've been, very process-oriented in how you went about this. You wasn't pushed. You did it at your own pace. So, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you finish this show off on the right end. London, get yourself together, partner. You looking, once again, how the saying go, game recognized game. You looking a little bit unfamiliar, bruh. Get yourself back together. Get your composure back together. You looking unraveled. You know what I'm saying? If Alexis wants to go off for Brent, let her go off for Brent. Go back, take care of your business with Divine. Divine is cutting for you. We're going to see. Once again, episode 8 and 9 review. I'm going to go ahead and post it today. It's 11:23 on a Saturday. It's going to get posted today. Tomorrow morning, after episode 10 drops tonight, I will get the review out. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care if I'm looking chubby in the review. I'm going to get it out. It's been fun. It's been far too long. 2 weeks seem like it's been 2 months. Hope you guys enjoyed your Thanksgiving weekend. Oh, yeah, that was another reason why I was kind of late on kind of trying to re-record any episodes. Last week or the week before last, like I said, I'm a teacher, so I was off the whole week. So I had no plans on re-recording anything. Yes, there's people walking in the background. Don't care. Keep your eyes on me. Like I said, I will post this video. Tomorrow I'll get another video up. Hope to hear from you guys. Hope you enjoyed your time. Remember, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram. It'll be posted throughout the video. And I will be back for another review tomorrow morning.